Here we are Monday morning, Monday. I was in here yesterday and I talked about the teapots. I made these teapots and yesterday the handle was very messy. I like to wait for the body to firm up a bit. I did come in and this handle now is tidy. I work with the handle quite wet and the teapot quite wet. It's just nicer to put it on, let it be supported like it was yesterday and just chill. Yesterday I put that platter, that little plate down there that had dried, had the dried edge, and I covered it up in plastic for a few days and put it back on there. It dried happily and it didn't crack. Quite often they will get just a little crack just right on the edge here, and it didn't. And this platter, this guy over here, I keep forgetting about him. He was the one a few days ago in the blog that I dinged the rim and I put a board on and flattened it out, and then I discovered it later on and I trimmed it, and then I was busy trimming and the poor guy trimmed it and left it over by the wheel and found him this morning. So he's going to dry happily in the drying cupboard. That will be closed up and they'll take their time and dry. What we're going to do today is I'm going to throw some pots. I got an order from a guy who's been a client for a long time. He's second generation. His mother-in-law started ordering about 14 years ago. And in his defense, he does not order conventionally. Quite often he'll say, give me what you got or give me X amount of dollars. But I got an order today from him, bless his heart, that was concise. I wanted 6 of these in that color and 4 of this and 4 of this. And at the end of the email after he listed what he wanted and what colors he wanted, he said, do you want me to let you know how many plates I want? Kinda. Or I could just ship him a whole bunch and he could, anyway, we could, but I just thought that was kind of funny. So what I'm going to throw today is going to be yarn bowl day. I only have a set amount of bats. I'm going to do 2 casseroles. Jim and I are going to talk about casseroles and do a video in a bit and explain how to build a casserole. I'm going to throw some wine coolers and some yarn bowls that I'm going to be out of bats. And I either have to make mugs or go home, figure out which one I'm going to do. But we're going to make a wine cooler, and wine coolers, these are kind of an interesting throw. They're very heavy, and what you do is you put these in the deep freeze and you freeze them. And when after they're frozen, you either let your bottle of wine, notice it's full, we can see how long that lasts. You let your red wine breathe in the frozen container and it chills it a little bit below room temperature. But if you store your chilled white wine when you're serving it and it's out on the table, it will stay cold for an hour or more. They're a great cooler and they really work well. I have 7 of them on order. I'm going to do 4 today and we'll worry about later. So I'm going to clean up, I'm going to cover up this clay now. And Jim and I are going to talk about casseroles. I'm going to build a casserole. I'm going to throw it and then we're going to trim it. We're going to put handles on it, bisque and wax and glaze. We take the entire right through the process from start to finish, but you have to make your own dinner.